Isaiah 52,
Isaiah chapter
7.
52, verse. How beautiful upon the mountain are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace, that bring good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, and saith unto Zion, thy God reigneth.
Amen. So once we have this spiritual armor of God, we have again all of the powers that we need, and we can easily do a whole lot. And we should be always saying that, Lord, I'm covered under the blood. And so when we say those things, we are actually repeating the fact that we have put on Christ. And we can just say, I'm covered under the blood, which is commonly what we've said, but we haven't many times used or verbalized put on Christ. I have put on Christ. And sometimes we may have used the whole armor of God and the breastplate of righteousness and all, but the whole idea is putting on Christ, putting on the new man. That should be our theme and everything that we say going forward, because we are truly covered. And once we are covered, we know that we do not have anything to worry about. And we go on to Ephesians, and let's do number 4 of the list. We've already covered truth, and we have also covered righteousness, and the preparation of the gospel of peace. The gospel, we all know, it brings peace to the heart. It brings, satisfaction. It brings salvation. And once this gospel is preached, and as we all read in Romans, so unless somebody tells somebody says, if you are not saying it, nobody will know. So we have to say it so that others will hear the gospel. And then once we have done this, then it shows that we have accomplished that. And again, all of these things have to be, it's not that you only use one piece. There are 6 pieces. You have to put on each one. Of course, in the in the military or in the in the government, you put on each one. You put everything on. You don't put one and say, "Oh, I'm complete." No, you put on everything from the head all the way to the toe. And so once you put on Christ, you cannot put on Christ just from the side or from the back or from the under. You have to put it on from the top. And that means it's like wearing something. You're wearing a clothing. In Africa, when you wear the long gown, you put it on as women, you put it from the top. So it goes all from the top all the way down. And that means that you have put on Christ. So now we are on the 4th path, which is what we have always verbalized, and we've used that and leveraged many, many times. We always say faith, faith, faith. Now, the question is, how are we leveraging faith? Because in this case, faith is considered a shield. It's a protector. It's also what we need to use on a daily basis. So how do we use them? All right. So let's go to 1 John, and let's do verse 5 and 4. Ebenezer. 1 John 5:4.
For whatever is born of God overcomes the world, and this is a victory that has overcome the world, our faith.
All right. Amen. So once you are born of God, once you have that relationship with God, once you are born again, once you have the new man, once you've been regenerated, because as we have said, and Romans 8 helps us to understand what we are trying to say. And Romans 8 tells us, before, let's just go back to that. to quickly understand that. And Leader Tunde, help us to read that, because this is also tied in Romans 8:9. And the second half is what we need, but we'll read the whole of verse 9.
Romans 8:9.